Ahead on Daytime Buffalo, Earthwise Pet Hamburg is here for the pet parents of Western New York. And the Community Action Organization of Western New York is growing their team, and you can get involved. It's all coming up right now on Daytime Buffalo. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to Daytime Buffalo. I'm your host, Chelsea Lavelle. Well, when it comes to taking care of your pet and keeping them groomed, it's easy to think we can do it all ourselves. But our sponsors at Earthwise Pet Hamburg want you to know there's no shame in asking for their help. Welcome, Brian. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me again.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for some dog parents, especially when it's the first time having it, you might be thinking, oh, I can do this. I don't need to go to a professional. But let's talk about some of the benefits of going to a professional.
Well, I mean, obviously there's the less of a hassle.
Yes.
And I mean, you know, anybody who's tried to get their, 50-pound pup into the tub to do a little bath, maybe even do a little trim, it's problematic. It's a paddle. And I mean, I battle with my 25-pound, min pin.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do it, but take him to the groomer and he's a totally different dog. He's just like super relaxed. And so it's really about reducing kind of that stress and anxiety, not only for you as a pet parent, but also for the pup as well, right?
I remember one of the first times I got Remy groomed and they go, oh, we loved him. He was amazing. I go, my dog?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was me. I was the problem.
Yes, yes. And it's true. I mean, a lot of dogs have that personality that, it's like you've not done that with them, right? And so oftentimes when they're in that kind of like a little bit of a different environment, they get a little more relaxed, especially if they're the only ones that's there. They get like full attention and everything else. And dogs love attention from everybody.
They love to be pampered.
They do.
Well, let's talk about some of the common problems that arise when people try grooming their dogs on their own.
Yeah, oftentimes they don't have the right tools. Dog coats are very different between breeds, and so what might be a great brush for brushing out a poodle probably isn't going to work very well on a husky.
Yeah.
It's just that each dog has a different type of coat. There's certain tools that we need to use, and there's certain products as well. I mean, what works on a darker furred dog doesn't necessarily work well on a white fluffy dog, right? I mean, so it's matching the right tools and the right shampoos and the right conditioners and everything else to that dog and the breed, and really seeing how it works for them. The other thing too is that if you have a dog that has skin issues, dandruff, that type of thing, we've got special shampoos that most of the time you can't find out available at like the local pet store or things like that only we can get as a groomer. Yeah. And so it really is designed to work specifically for certain skin issues, certain things. And of course, we're getting into that time where dogs are going to be out more and there's the potential for getting skunked.
Oh.
And
oh, no.
We have, yeah, I know.
We don't want to deal with that.
Well, you don't want to deal with that, and that's why
we'll send them to you.
Send them to me. Send them to us. We've got all the tools. We deal with all the yucky stuff.
Okay, okay. Well, let's talk about all of the services that you have to offer for your grooming.
Yeah. So, I mean, we do have self-wash stations. So if you are inclined to want to come in and wash your pup, we've got a complete setup for you. Electric tubs. You get the dog in. We can provide you with shampoo if you don't want to bring your own. We've got a bunch of different tools that you can use. Lots of great fluffy towels to dry them off, dryers if you need it. And the best thing is that we clean that up.
Yes.
But if you are inclined to want us to do the full job and take care of them, then we do a low stress grooming, cage-free, which means that our groomers deal with one dog at a time. Rarely are you going to bring your dog in at 8 in the morning and pick them up at 5 o'clock. You're going to bring them up in a little bit ahead of their appointment. And when they're done, you're going to pick them up when they're done. And so we kind of reduce the time that they need to be, away from mom or dad.
Yeah.
Keep that anxiety and that stress reduced. But we also believe in not using kennels and cages. So if we had to have a dogs in early and kept them all day, we'd have to put them in cages and kennels. And a lot of dogs never have been caged or kenneled, and that adds to that stress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, professional grooming isn't just about the convenience for the parents. It's also healthier for the pet, right? Let's talk
Absolutely.
about some of the health benefits.
Yeah. So a lot of it deals with the skin and the coat. So our groomers, again, match the right shampoos and conditioners to that coat, but we can also identify if there's any skin issues. We check for bumps and lumps and things that you might think, oh, that's just part of the my dog's normal condition. And we can actually take a look at it and we can identify, oh, that might be something that you need to take them to the vet. We check for fleas and ticks. And that's becoming a lot more prominent in the area.
Right.
We've had a number of dogs that come in. We can remove them for them, save that trip to the vet.
Nice.
The other thing too is that all dogs, whether you believe it or not, shed. Absolutely, unless they're naked or bald. So oftentimes, just coming in with your dog and having a de-shed treatment done is very beneficial, especially if you have a dog that has an undercoat that kind of, you'll see it in the spring when it starts to release from their winter coat because they're going to that lighter spring-summer coat, but they do it again in the fall, where they shed that lighter coat and they become, they develop their winter coat. Some dogs, if you've ever seen a husky in spring, they do what they call a blowout. And that's where basically all of their fur and their undercoat kind of releases in 1 or 2 days.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like this big, massive mess. But we're equipped to handle that.
Right.
And it's really great because the shedding process is very normal for a dog. It's how damaged hair and new fur is actually comes out. And so getting all of that undercoat and that old fur off is a great benefit to them. But we also, just doing the nail trims. We're trained professionally on how to do that. So, we don't nick them. We don't cause them anxiety. And then teeth cleaning, things like that are all part of our package. And so they really do get the full spa day experience with us.
And they deserve it.
They do, absolutely.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about your services. Viewers, if you would like more information on our sponsors at Earthwise Pet Hamburg, you can visit hamburg.earthwisepet.com and make sure you're giving your furry friend the best love possible. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you again.